Hello, welcome back to the latest episode of Just the Zoom of Us. If you're anything like me, you will have completely binged season 1 and 2 of Selling Sunset on Netflix, which is why I'm so excited about today's guest. We're going to be talking to Quinn about everything from her newfound fame to Selling Sunset season 3 and 4. If you like this episode, please don't forget to like it, comment, and share it with your friends.
Just the Zoom of us. Just the Zoom of us.
Wow, look at you.
Did it work?
Yeah, you look amazing.
Thank you. You do too.
Well, welcome to Just the Zoom of Us. I'm so excited to be talking to you today.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
I have literally binged Selling Sunset season 2 as soon as it came out on Netflix. I was like, nobody speak to me. I'm going under. Goodbye.
That makes me so happy.
How has the response been to season 2? Have you kind of seen a big difference since season 1's come out?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, season 1 did really well. I think later on when it came out, I think it took a while for, people to kind of catch on. But season 2, I think because of quarantine has just been, crazy. And the response we've gotten has been really, really incredible. So yeah.
And what have you been up to since filming wrapped? I mean, obviously you got married, which I want to ask all about, but is there anything else that you can share with us?
Basically we stopped, we stopped shooting a few months ago, right before the quarantine happened. So we were doing pickup shots and interviews as well up until recently. And so now, it's been hard to even do real estate. So I've just been cooking and, having a good time and just hanging out, and I'm okay with it because we were working for so long. We were filming for like 6 months. So this is like my chill downtime right now.
That's nice. So have you enjoyed lockdown then?
Yeah, I mean, I actually I have been enjoying it because I never get a chance to cook, and now I'm getting a chance to do that. And
So I wanted to ask as well, I mean, how obviously your relationship with Chrishell ended well on season 2, but is it hard, like reliving all those kind of old dramas? Does it kind of rehash problems?
The problem with doing reality television is you talk about drama 3 times. It happens, you do it in the scene, you talk about it in interviews, and then you have to do it again and replay it and watch it. So the drama really never dies because we're constantly reliving that. And so it's something that's really hard to get over. And some of the other girls are better about, learning to kind of not hold grudges and, put things aside for the purpose of what we're doing. But some really hold on to grudges harder than others, unfortunately.
And has there been any news about a potential season 3?
Well, season 4. Well, because season 3 is coming out August 7th.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, season 3 will be out August 7th. So that's my wedding and lots of fun stuff happening. And then Chrishell finds out about her divorce. So that's a very, very juicy season. So that'll be out August 7th. And then hopefully we'll learn soon if we get picked up for a season 4.
I guess, like you said, I mean, it's really hard at the moment with everyone in lockdown. How can you start filming a reality show when no one's allowed to be interacting?
I know, it's so hard. Everyone had to stop production. So it's just a weird time right now.
So let's talk about your wedding. I mean,
yes.
Wow, first of all, I need to know about the dress because we were all expecting something phenomenal, but I don't think we were expecting a black dress.
I love that. Well, I always wanted to get married in a black dress. I always wanted to do something fun and different, and it's really on par with my brand. I kind of describe myself as like a gothic Barbie doll. Yeah. So I always wanted to do the black thing, and I found this amazing designer. Her name is Galia Lahav, and she's dressed Beyonce and J-Lo, and she is the celebrity go-to designer. So I found her and, I was like, I want to make a black wedding dress. And by the way, we have like 2 months to do it. So it was something that, had a crazy deadline. So, and then also I did the longest train that she's ever done as well. So, I broke 2 records with her company, which is really cool to do and be a part of.
Wow. And how was the response to your wedding dress? Did you get any negative comments about it?
Not one single bad comment. Everything has been so positive, and I think people are just mind blown because, we have this idea of, what is status quo when it comes to certain things, especially weddings. And, I wanted to push the envelope, but I think that was just so shocking for people to see. And I really hope that it inspires people to think outside of the box and really get creative when it comes to their wedding and everything else in their life.
And how has married life been so far?
It's been really good. I mean, our honeymoon, we had in January. So we had like a short little honeymoon and it was nice. But yeah, I just wish we could travel more right now. We're trying to work on it, but it's been really good.
Okay, so we talked about your wedding dress, but now I want to ask about your outfits in general, because I mean, your wardrobe, I would just love to see the size of it. Have you always had like a real passion for fashion and beauty?
I have always had such a passion for fashion and beauty. I mean, it started when I was young and I would always read all these magazines. I would read Cosmo. I didn't come from money. I got all my sister's hand-me-downs and I didn't have the budget for the fabulous wardrobe, but I always knew that I loved it and I had to get it somehow. I started out working in like Taco Bell's and Sonic's and Walmart's and fast food restaurants, and no one knows this about me, but I really worked my way up and I just wanted to have the best of the best. So I feel like that's really what inspired me to work so hard, is I had this love for fashion and I had this drive for having the best in beauty and everything. So that's really where that comes from. And I feel like in season 2, I really, really amped it up with the wardrobe and had a fun time doing it and my glam and everything. It's fun for me. So it's great that people could, watch it.
Yeah, I mean, you had some absolutely iconic looks on this season. And like you said, your hair as well. Some of the looks, I was just thinking, God, how long has that taken? I mean, the intricacy of the braids and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it takes about like 2 hours minimum for a hairstyle. And then if I get makeup done, it's like another 2 hours. So I get ready 4 hours before we even film. And there's some scenes, that get cut out. And I'm like, oh, I love that outfit. Where's that one scene? So a lot goes into it, that's for sure.
And do you do that every day? Like, do you wake up and you're like, yeah, I'm going to be glammed and get ready every day? Or do you have days where you're like, no makeup, sweats?
I definitely have days more often than not that are like sweatpants, no makeup, because it is so exhausting, when I'm working to be on all the time. So I do enjoy not doing my hair and not blowing out my hair and not putting makeup on and just giving myself a break. So that's nice.
So why didn't you go into a job with fashion and beauty? Why did you choose real estate?
I actually did. I was in fashion for a little while. I started off modeling when I was 15 years old, and then I worked for a few fashion companies here and there. Nothing major, but I always did have a fashion for passion. I just really didn't know how to get into it. And it was frustrating, when you're working at the bottom, you don't really know where to start. So for me, I just kind of fell into real estate, but it's a great job to fall into.
I think that's actually one of the reasons that Selling Sunset has done so well in the Middle East, because real estate with all the gorgeous houses and architecture is such a huge thing here. And I think people just absolutely love watching it as well.
Yeah, I mean, and it's such an interesting thing too, because living in the States, and spending a lot of time in the Middle East, I think that you guys have the most beautiful, stunning architecture and like buildings I've never seen. It's just insane. So to hear you guys say that, that's really interesting because I feel like you guys have the most incredible city.
Have you been to Dubai or Abu Dhabi or anything? Oh, you have?
Yeah, many times. Yeah. My husband and I were actually there in late December in Dubai.
Oh, that's a really nice time of year to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. We love it.
So did you ever wonder that worry that being on a Netflix show would maybe kind of hinder your success in the real estate industry because you were becoming famous? Did you ever worry that people wouldn't take you as seriously?
I feel like I've always had apprehensions about being on the show in terms of, is it going to be detrimental to my work? And I think that's a very valid concern. I noticed that after season 1 came out, a lot of people were contacting me and I didn't know, okay, are they serious buyers? Are they just fans of the show? So it's really made my job a lot more difficult because I have to do my best to properly vet everyone and make sure that they are qualified buyers. So, also I think for some people, it's hard to watch a TV show where there is a business aspect and, women fighting, which is real life in actuality, but for them, maybe they have a hard time being like, oh, I want that girl to be my real estate agent. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if anything, that would really do it for them. But
is it true that there's people working at your agency that aren't on Selling Sunset?
Yeah, there's, don't quote me on the total number of agents, but I want to say there's probably close to 14 total that work at the Oppenheim Group. And there is a few more guys and there is a few more girls as well. But not everyone was, interested in being on the show, which I totally understand. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It was certainly my cup of tea. But so not everyone, wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And what 2 pieces of advice would you give to young girls, A, who want to go into real estate, and B, like young women that are kind of dealing with becoming famous? I mean, how have you kind of dealt with that, with trolls and with things like that?
Yeah, I feel like for young women that are trying to go in real estate or any business, really, I feel like it's so important to never take no for an answer and do whatever you have to do. If you got one no, you asked the wrong person. So I feel like persistence really is key, and it's all about not being pushy and making yourself different and really thinking outside of the box and being relatable, with people. And I think people love to work with people that they love. So I think that's really important. And then in terms of, people that are becoming famous or maybe, deal with trolls or negativity and other aspects of life. For me, I've learned that people watch the television show and they feel like they know me and they think that they do, but, they really don't. And although that I'm flattered, I just have to realize that, the person that they don't like is the person that they don't know every aspect of. So I really do my best to try to get, fans to know me outside of social media and outside of the show. I'm like, hey, watch my YouTube channel, watch this, tweet with me. I really try my best to get people to know there is more sides to me because it's an interesting thing to deal with. And I never thought as a 31-year-old woman, I would be getting DMs and messages that are like, go kill yourself, I hate you. But I hate to say it does happen. And you just gotta do your best to realize they don't know all of you, because if they did, they wouldn't be saying those things. They would be saying, hey, want to go have drinks Thursday night?
Do you ever get people stopping you on the street and calling you out on the storylines that were in the show?
No, honestly, I just have people that are just stopping me to be like, oh my God, I love you. But last year I was in the Bahamas and some lady came up to me and she's like, I love your show. She's like, I think that storyline is so funny with the older lady and the young boy. And I was like, huh? And she's like, Mary. And I was like, no, that's real. She's like, no. I was like, yeah. So it does happen.
That's so funny. Well, it's been such a pleasure talking to you, and I never thought that I would meet someone that maybe likes pink more than I do. I'm like, and now just looking at you, I'm like, you put me to shame. The neon lights, the outfit.
Well, it was so great to talk to you.
I'm so excited for season 3 to come out now. I had no idea, but I'm setting a reminder for August the 7th.
Yes, please do. It's going to be so much fun. It's really, really going to be spectacular.
Okay, I'm ready. Well, thank you so much again, and I'll probably be seeing you on Netflix soon.
Yes, definitely.
Bye.
It was so nice to talk to you. Bye.